You're listening to the Mobcast Network.
Welcome to My Star Wars Life, a look at news, reviews, and other happenings from a galaxy far, far away. Here are your hosts, Scotty and JD.
Welcome to My Star Wars Life.
Hi.
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 Drew, you fiend.
Yeah, where do you go with that? It's not like he was a Hutt. I don't know.
No, but that's why it's even more more surprising that he got smaller.
Day one of Wonga, Drew. Day one of Wonga. I'm your Native American pop culture spirit guide, Scotty, and I'm joined by, as always, our Jedi Master,
JD?
and the man who puts men into Mandos, Drew, is not here. So,
He's,
you know why?
He's out being a fresh maker.
You know what? He's actually putting men into Mendos. Or Mandos, or whatever he's doing.
All I know is he's too hot to hang out with us.
He is too hot to hang out with, but he will be joining us.
He's all
eventually. He has missed, but that's okay. We brought in producer Caleb to fill in.
Woo!
Hey,
Caleb knows one or two things about Star Wars,
just one or two.
Just a skosh.
just a skosh. So he will be a good fit. He's going to be in all of the episodes from now on. He's producing everything. I'm making him work for no money because none of us are getting paid. That's how it works out. But we have a podcast, so that's
the best kind of work.
So, there's not a lot of normal Star Wars news. I know you're
Okay, whoa. What's normal Star Wars news? like new pre-productions or anything like that?
Okay, yeah.
Like they're working on Book of Boba Fett's still on track for December.
Yeah, I think that's wrapped up.
They're working on Obi-Wan. I think Principal's finished in Obi-Wan, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah.
But they're close.
So you're saying filming was short?
And I think Mando's on Mando season 3's on pre.
Yeah, they're past script writing, so I guess they're in pre-pro for that. And then
Ahsoka's in pre-production.
So here's the thing we know about Ahsoka. We can talk about this.
Oh, okay.
Well, do we know, or do we know that they're supposing?
We know that somebody is claiming.
Right.
I think we can share this information, and worst comes to worst, you can tell us we're wrong.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you can tell us. We had a guest. We didn't have a guest, but the store had a guest.
That's not what we were talking about.
No, what were you talking about?
I was talking about the supposition of the two casting choices that they had
we'll talk
just-
about that. We'll talk
just
about that.
made.
We'll talk about that too.
The casting tweets.
Yeah, the tweets.
Let's talk about what we know first.
Okay, so the fact that we had a wonderful guest at Gamers and Geeks. God, how long ago was that?
It's been
like March,
April, I think.
So Brian O'Halloran came by the store.
Most famously from Clerks.
He was Dante from Clerks, which they just started filming and doing all the. They just had a table read for Clerks 3 last week.
Right. Lionsgate is financing and doing distribution for that, so they got more money. I think so. That's where the word's out to.
Yeah, but
so the important tag for us for that was that Rosario Dawson was in Clerks 2, and she is in Clerks 3. However, they only had her for a very small window, and Brian couldn't officially say why, because no one can officially say why.
Right.
But what he said was, "Oh, she's off doing some sort of combat training," which means to me, and I
don't want to get him in trouble. What if he wasn't supposed to say that?
No. The six people on this pod, maybe it will. I don't know. He also didn't say don't tell anyone, and also that was 3 months ago.
Next thing I know, I'll see us on Star Wars Newsnet.
Yeah, I don't want him mad at me, dude. Brian's awesome.
Some guys in Alabama said a guy from.
I'm just saying I don't.
New Jersey
I'm just saying I don't want him pissed at me. It's because he's from Jersey.
Yeah.
I don't want him pissed at you.
He was a really sweet guy.
He is awesome.
But he said that she is supposedly doing some combat training, and so it was like, that's my way of saying unofficially that Ahsoka is on this way of being started.
Yeah.
And so but they were supposed to film in June. It's now August. They started filming in August, so I figure she's done with fight training by now, and probably in principal. I know, according to Kevin Smith, they only have her for a limited window, like a day or two.
Right.
And so then she's off doing another project.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure the other project is, it's not Daredevil.
Nope.
No, it could be Secret Invasion, Secret Wars. You don't know.
Yeah,
If Charlie Cox is coming back.
Yeah.
Only if Rosario Dawson actually shows up as night nurse. That's what I want.
Okay.
Put her in the night elf.
Yeah.
The nurse
Put her in any nurse outfit, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I'm kind of a fan. I'm kind of a fan of Rosario Dawson.
I have recorded history on this show being a fan.
Yes, you do.
All right.
But also other Rosario Dawson news, because I'm gonna
Yeah.
brag a bit. She did a private signing through one of the, for those who know that I collect autographs. It's a thing, especially on game trading cards, and I'm a big fan of the old Star Wars CCG. We've talked about that countless times on the show, and I still need to show you how to play it because I think you'd love it.
It ended before he was born.
I
but
know.
whatever.
Whatever. It's like, well, you know what? I like chess, and that ended. That was created before I was born, right? I don't think it ended. It's still-
it didn't. They'd be like, all right, we're done. Like Destiny.
Bobby Fester shows up, and they're like, we're done.
We're like,
Chess is done
like
forever.
Destiny. By the way, this game has reached the end of its arc.
F you, Fantasy Flight.
I love the games you make, but stop canceling them.
Right?
We're just cancel crazy. Anyway, so I got a Rosario Dawson autograph on a custom-made Ahsoka card for the trading card game. I'll show pictures of it in the
It's
notes and
sweet.
stuff.
I was jealous.
I paid a penny for it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
A pretty penny for it.
Yeah.
But not the most. Forrest Whitaker is still my most expensive autograph.
Really?
Yeah, and but I also got to talk to him. I think this was a private signing. I just sent this in. She sent it back. They sent it back, and but she has little X's in it. Like, it's adorable. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, Ahsoka. That's fine.
This is also in Rosario Dawson news, I guess.
Welcome to the Rosario Dawson chat.
I'm fine with rebranding the entire podcast.
So, she let out some tweets about casting.
That went in a way different direction when
No,
you
no.
said let out.
So she posted some tweets about some of the casting for Ahsoka,
Yes.
which of course one of them I'm very happy about because we've discussed that I would prefer if it's Lars as
Yeah.
Thrawn.
Well, to me, there are two Thrawns. Lars Mikkelsen is Thrawn, so just painting blue. I'm okay with that. I also like the guy who does the audiobook. I knew
Mark Thompson.
Yeah, Mark Tyson.
I'm not.
I highly recommend at least the first. I don't like the second Thrawn book, and I haven't listened to the third one yet. I need to listen to it. But the first Thrawn book, the I guess it's just called Thrawn, right?
Yeah.
It's really good,
Yeah.
and who has time to read? And so I'm in the car a lot, so audiobooks are kind of what I do.
Yeah.
And I like his Thrawn. I like it. Immediately shows. I'm like, okay, and so those are the two I hear when I read Thrawn, or like in a comic or something.
Sure. Okay.
And then the other one that she posted was one that people have been speculating for a while is I forget how to pronounce his name, Aladdin from the live action Aladdin.
Right.
As Ezra.
Which is perfect because if you're gonna have space Aladdin, might as well use Aladdin. Okay. Are you finding his name? So I don't have to.
Yeah, because I don't want to butcher it. Yeah.
The funny part is, talk about typecasting. Well, he was already in Aladdin.
Give him a lightsaber. Go.
But he was also talented in Aladdin.
Yeah. No. I mean,
Which I did not see. I'm not.
I actually haven't either. But I mean, if you do a good job, might as
Mena
well.
Massoud.
Yeah.
So Mena Massoud.
And that was one that
Massoud. Massoud.
And that was another one that a lot of
Massoud.
people were
I'll go
speculating
Massoud.
on. So like,
Yeah, he looks like what I envision older Ezra looks like, and so I'm good with this.
and he's already in the Disney family. So,
Right. You just bring him in, and so I'm good with that. Those casting.
Yeah, the only one that I guess throws people's expectation is Lars, because while a lot of people wanted Lars, I would say even more people were saying other people.
Who would you rather have?
Apparently, the internet wants Benedict Cumberbatch.
They want
No.
Benedict. He can't be Doctor Strange, Schmog, and Thrawn.
No. I do.
But apparently that's what the internet wanted, but he came out and was like, I don't want to put the blue makeup on.
I want to be blue. I don't think you have to anymore, right? You just put dots on his face
Yeah.
and just make it blue. We can CGI that. Like,
I don't think it would look as good.
look, I understand that he would be a good Thrawn. He's got that timbre in his voice, you know. That yeah. So I'm okay with that. So,
But I wanted Lars because not only him being the voice of Thrawn, but like he has an intimidating presence that he brings to screen when he's there.
Ooh. Can we get a scene like a flashback with like Thrawn and Galen Erso so we can have the Milkison brothers together? I want that.
That was another reason I was hoping, because then both Mickelson brothers are now live action.
Stardust?
Right.
Interrupting my TIE Defender program.
But I also like Lars because, like House of Cards, he has an intimidating presence, and that's just what he brings. Because he was in House of Cards.
I didn't see it once Kate Spacey left. So.
Yeah.
I think he's a fine actor.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
He was in some of the earlier seasons. He's the Russian prime minister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's our Putin.
Yeah. So he brings an intimidating presence. So
Yeah, and Thrawn is that. I'm curious, like, what Thrawn we get, because I mean, do we get is Ezra and Thrawn buddy?
Yeah, that's the question. That is something I've discussed a lot with friends. I'm like, we've got multiple ways this can go. They could hate each other still. They could be working together against whatever this mystery threat is, or...
See, I don't think Thrawn hates anybody. I don't think Thrawn can hate. I think, maybe Vader. But
Not being an art lover like that. You can't be full of hate if
Right.
you appreciate beauty.
Right, I mean...
You can just dislike.
Yeah.
Right, I think, I don't think he hates Ezra. Ezra's just an obstacle to overcome, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's... Yeah, I don't think he's like...
And if anything, I feel like he won't... This version of Thrawn will not want to be part of the Empire once he's seen what it now is.
Right.
Whereas Legends Thrawn, I could see still being part of the Empire.
Well, that's because he was the Empire. I mean,
Yeah.
like Legends Thrawn was like, oh, I guess it's me,
Yeah.
Lego.
Whereas this Thrawn, I see realizing the failures of the Empire and going, okay, you're not useful to me anymore. Bye.
Right.
Because the only reason he's part of the Empire is because he's trying to fight the mystery threat.
Which I hope we don't get. Because the mystery threat thing, I know Aftermath hints it.
Alliances already tells us kind of what it is.
No, is it not the Yuuzhan Vong?
No, but they're described almost exactly like Yuuzhan Vong. Because they have sunken eyes and everything, and I'm just like,
So Star Wars was like, we need some White Walkers? What do we got?
They're called the Grisk.
Okay.
It's a dumb name.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we have... he reads the books. I'm glad we have Halo here, because
Right.
he reads the books. Because he can tell us all about the High Republic stuff, because...
Although I'm behind a book right now.
which is more than me. I'm behind all of the books.
Me too.
But you like it.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think as long as you go in not expecting the Old Republic, if you go in going, oh, this is different, something new, then you'll enjoy it. And there's no Sith. So as long as you can live with no Jedi fighting Sith, Jedi are fighting pirates. Specifically fighting like almost a more Viking kind of society.
Okay.
All right.
I'm okay with that. I don't need Jedi to fight Sith. Everybody has lightsabers. That's cool. I mean, Jedi fight Mandalorians, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, so far from what I've seen of the disappointment, is that it's not the Old Republic. And it's like, well, it's not. It's not meant to be.
It's not named the Old Republic. What made you think it was going to be the Old Republic?
Because it's before the movies.
Yeah, everything before the movie is the Old Republic. It's older than the Moon Republic, right? Yeah.
But yeah,
Fans.
I think you would like some of the characters.
Oh, I'm sure. I just
for sure. It's definitely they bounce characters around, which is good. So if you like a character that was more in the background, oh, maybe they're the main character of the next book.
nice.
And there's comics. I should at least read the comics so I know what going on.
Yeah.
Because comics are easy for me to read. I love comics. So.
The comics are good.
Because there's like 7 words in there. It's just pictures.
I think both
fits my simple mind.
both Marvel and IDW have been doing well with their runs because IDW also does the Adventures run.
Okay.
And so.
Okay.
IDW's like, we want some of that Star Wars money too.
Yeah.
Well, IDW and Marvel has this weird relationship anyway. And the IDW prints like omnibuses and stuff for them, all older books and stuff.
Yeah,
absolutes and things. So that's cool. Yeah, I like I said, I don't know much about the hype. I need to up my game. I need to. I'm failing as a Star Wars fan.
Right?
But it's like
it's been a weird year.
Yeah, it's
so
been
a weird year. But no lie. Like they announced it last year, and I was like, "Oh, it's a book," and I'm like, "Really? We're doing this?" Because I'm like,
yeah,
I was like, it's not even a video game or a soundtrack.
I'm
like
excited
Shadows.
for that. Yeah, I'm waiting for that moment because like they're setting it up as this multimedia project.
Right. And it's like Shadows was very successful, even though it's no longer canon, which is dumb. But whatever. I get why it's no. I don't get why it's not. I'll tell you why I don't.
Why you want dollar store Han Solo?
I'll take Dash Rendar any day. I want Prince Shizor. I want Guri.
Okay, I want Shizor, but I don't want Dash Rendar.
What's wrong with Dash Rendar?
He's literally Wish.com Han Solo.
When we first,
he has pretty much the same exact ship.
We have Han Solo at home.
And instead of a Wookiee, he's got a robot.
Right.
I mean, Lando did it better.
Well, at least Lando got it on with his robot. Hey man, don't.
Hey, she was lead. Whatever.
She was lead. They're like, oh, it works. I'm like, really? Solo's my we were talking about this earlier, about what's fun about the Star Wars movies, and like I think like in the Disney era, I think Solo's the most fun because it's at parts ridiculous, but it's like not stupid. No. It's like it's the right kind of balance. I mean, I love, and it's a callback, but it's great. But at the end, where Lando and Han are looking at the Falcon all screwed up after the Kessel Run, and it's like, I hate you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's great. It warms my heart. I love that stuff. Yeah.
I still want to see the Battle of Tanab.
Right. We might get it. There's supposed to be a Lando series. I don't know if Childish Landino is going to do it, but
for a second I thought you messed it up, and I was like, "What?" Oh, okay.
Yeah. Donald Glover.
I got it.
What I've heard a lot of people want is a little bit of both, where we see Billy D and then flashbacks with
like the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, where they had like old one-eyed Indiana Jones talking about his adventures. I'm also like, I freaked out as a kid. I was like, what happened to his eye?
Is that how we should do Indy 5? No.
No, he breaks his arm. Because that's what happened. Like, I guess Harrison Ford broke his arm on the set of Indy 5.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's brittle. He's an old man.
I mean, he was already breaking body parts when they were filming Episode 7.
They tried to chop off his leg, and the
Millennium Falcon shot on him.
The door of the Millennium Falcon set almost took off his leg.
I mean, if it's not the film accident, it's him flying his plane.
Right, I was going to say, if he's going to wreck himself.
Someone needs to tell Harrison Ford he's not Han Solo. Going to space. No, Dad, you're not going to space. That's what I imagine Mr. Flockhart calls him.
Dad?
It's a weird relationship. I don't
That's
judge.
further into their relationship than I cared to know.
I don't judge. I'm glad I remembered Callisto Flockhart. That's a name I've not spoken in like...
I was sitting here trying to work her into a joke, and you popped the name, so I was like, all right, never mind, I don't have to. You just got Ally McReal on us. It was fine.
I sure did. Cue the dancing baby. Oh, man. So, where were we? Solo.
We've been 5 tangents in.
Yeah. So, if you listen to the
welcome
show,
to My Star Wars Life.
That's what we talk about, just tangents. We'll eventually get to... I want to talk about the first episode of The Bad Batch, but we'll get to it. I also was going to set this up like a Mando Monday, and I got thinking, like, they're technically Mandos, but not... They're like Mando adjacent.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do Mando adjacent Mondays.
Yeah, they're only Mando adjacent until like
that's a hard song to write.
Until we get a Mandalore arc, which
Mando adjacent,
which I know some people want them to go to Mandalore, but it's not going to happen now.
Yeah.
Well,
at least not this season.
Can I make some general observations before we get into the first episode? Did you rewatch it?
No, but I just reread this synopsis.
Okay.
Same thing.
I rewatched it this morning.
Yeah.
And I've noticed this as a trend and we talked about this earlier while we were warming up. But so for those who watch the Bad Batch is about Clone Force 99. It's a defective clone guys who are doing good. Sorry, there's noise outside. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It's like aliens. They're probably working on video games. There's an arcade too. They're probably working on that. But so come to Gamers and Geeks and see the arcade. Plug. How many will like all the plugs?
Well, they're currently not plugged in, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Right. But they will be soon. Anyway, so Clone Force 99 is the defective clones that are all like super badass, and they wear really cool like clone armor, but they have really boxy, blocky backpacks, and the fact that they never tear them off bugs me. Like, I know they're not real, but they look incredibly uncomfortable, and that upsets my viewing experience.
Right.
I'm like, and I was like, is it really that difficult to take it, like animation wise? Is it really that like hard? It could be. It's like, yeah, we could take them off, Scotty, but it's going to cost us thousands of dollars to do that.
Right.
And I'm like, but the mouse won't give you more? No, the mouse was like, no, we can't give you backpack money. So you wear it or you don't. We're like, we got to have them. They don't even do anything. I don't know what's in the backpacks. They don't. Of course, they're throwing bombs everywhere, so maybe it's just full of bombs.
I mean, at least Wreckers is.
Wreckers has got to be full of bombs and snacks.
Torpedoes. Just let me throw a torpedo at a dude.
They love plugging Galaxy's Edge in that show. I mean, with the snacks.
Oh, that's something I can talk about before we go. Because I didn't talk about we haven't done a show since I've been.
Oh.
I've been to Galaxy's Edge.
Okay.
Twice now.
Yeah.
I went once. I would say during the pandemic, but it was called the pre-pandemic. We weren't like. I went like I think the last week before everything shut down. When I went the first time, it was like, "Hey, this COVID thing, ha 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 ha." Next week, we're all gonna die. It's gonna be like 12 monkeys and.
We've had. No. My timeline's messed up.
No, but no, that's the first time. But I went recent. I went in March.
Okay.
I was talking about the first time. For those of you.
Okay, but we talked since the first time.
Right. Yeah, we've talked since the first time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like.
But the second time I went, I didn't get to ride Rise of the Resistance, and so I got to ride it this time, and I will say that is the best thing out of the sequel trilogy. And I'm not being mean.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the sequel trilogy. I love Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah.
I mean, I absolutely love it.
I've at least seen like how they do the Kylo effect part on that one for that ride.
Yeah, everybody's in it. Like everybody, like Rey's a hologram, he's a hologram. Everybody's in it, and it's like
Apparently the Kylo is really cool.
the whole thing's cool. It's a ride and an experience, and it's like almost 15 minutes long.
Sweet.
It may be longer, and when you're in Galaxy's Edge, you're on a planet called Batu, and when you go ride the ride, the idea of the ride, the theme of the ride is, oh no, the First Order has figured out who you are. We've got to get you off Batu. I'm like, you're getting me from Orlando? What's going on? And so you line up and rush to a transport and get on the transport, and then you're riding on the train, and it's cool. Like the train, like you're being chased by TIEs, and Dameron's there leading the guys. You're like, we're gonna save you. We're gonna have to get you out of here. It's like, yay! And I'm like, this is a cool ride. That's not the ride. There's like 3 minutes of that, and that's not the ride.
So that's just like the prequel to
This
the
is
ride.
the prequel that get right. It's the episode 1 of the ride. It's great. and then there's a tractor beam that pulls you in, and the doors open, and there's a First Order officer who's going to come to interrogate you. So she leads you off into a docking bay of a Star Destroyer, and it's full size. It's life size.
Wow.
I wept. I had to walk away from the group and wept. I was like a child. Oh my God! I've always wanted this since I was 3. Oh my God! I'm on a Star Destroyer. Okay, good. All right, guys, we're ready. I won't spoil the rest of the thing, but but there's more to it, and then the ride happens. It's like, right? It's. I hope we all can go when the world doesn't try to kill us. But I'd love for us to, like, as a group, to go.
Yeah.
Because if you're not stunned silent, you know me, I like to talk. I do a podcast. I love to talk. Silence. I came out of there and wasn't mad. Words could not be formed. I just like, Star Wars. Good. I'm just saying, like, if the prequel, the sequel trilogy was more like that, I'm like, okay, I get all of this.
Yeah.
It's a fun, complete story.
Cool.
So.
I should be going in October.
Oh, you'll love it.
So,
you'll love it.
At this point, should.
Right. I'd like to go back in October. I want to do Halloween Horror Nights.
That's where I'm going the weekend of Halloween.
Oh, that's cool.
So.
Because it's the 30th anniversary of that, and so there's a Beetlejuice house. But again, the world may shut down.
Right.
So kind of COVID.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Smuggler's Run. I get to do Smuggler's Run, which is fun.
Did you get to be the pilot?
I was the pilot the first. I was Han's seat. I was Chewie's seat the second time, and so I got to do hyperspace. And again, cried. I wept. And the good thing about the COVID situation is that, I went with Stephanie from Cold Movie Cantina. She went with us, and our friend Tulane, and so it was a group of 3, and so they let you just do the group of 3 instead of 6. So, you're a whole group, you get to do the thing. So me and Steph piloted, and we made Tulane Gunner because I think she likes other fandoms. She knows Star Wars, but it's not her thing. She knows it was like really her thing, so she's like, I'll let the kids do their thing.
Right.
And so I let Steph be Han because I wanted to be Chewie because I wanted hyperspace. I got first in line the first time I did it and to sit in the Han seat, and then I looked over and watched the kid do the hyperspace, and I went, I wanted to do hyperspace. Seriously, I was like
a little kid.
I was happy that I was Han, but then I saw that's what you want to do, right? You want to because the effect is so good. You feel like you go in hyperspace. I cried.
Yeah.
I'm a grown man. I'm 43 years old. I loved it. It's not real, Scotty. I don't care. I don't care at all. But yeah, so I went to Scout. Yeah. So October, I can't wait to. I really can't. I hope you get to go.
Me too.
And I can't wait to hear about your film some of it. Shit.
Yeah.
I'd love to. Seriously, love to have it.
I want to build a lightsaber there, but it's so expensive.
It's not that bad.
I don't. I've seen some of them and they look cool, but they're obviously plastic. They don't look.
I just want to do it for the experience.
No, they're good. They're good. They're not plastic.
I've seen some that the Rancor look just bad.
No, they look. So here's the thing. They're just as good as the replicas that you buy at the shop.
Yeah.
The in-world shop, Olga's shop, and so you can buy most of everyone's. Disney, real quick, Kanan's. I really want Kanan's lightsaber. It never wins. They always do these polls. Never wins.
I want Ezra's.
The first one with the blaster,
Yeah.
the stun blaster, that'd be great too. But I like the take apart
Yeah.
Ezra one. Kanan one, great.
Oh yeah.
But but the build your own lightsabers it's the same kind of quality. It's $200, so Disney's not going to cheap you on it. The thing though is it's the experience.
Yeah.
It's this.
Because you pick your crystal and you
Right.
don't know.
Or you can bring one in.
Yeah.
You can bring one in. Because I wasn't going to do it, and then the group they had a couple people talk about it, and it was like the experience with Rise of the Resistance. It was that kind of experience. And I'm like, if they're going to, if I'm going to spend money on something like that, that should be fun.
Yeah.
And so I can get a yellow crystal, and I can make a yellow lightsaber, which is my favorite color because it's colorblind. I can see it, and so yellow and blues, baby. But it's supposed to be this ritual and this whole. It's not like build a droid where you're just picking parts. It's a thing, and it's 20-25 minutes of you doing, and it's like you between you and the master, and I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
it's a thing. So
I like that they just decided everything there is just it's a whole experience. It's not just go in and buy something.
So I tell you, when you go though, if you know you're going, when you plan your trip, go ahead and book your lightsaber bowl.
Yeah.
Because you won't.
Because I've heard
it's packed months in advance, and so you've got to. But once you get your reservation, you'll do it.
It's the same with the rides though. Currently, that if you don't plan ahead.
So only with Rise of the Resistance, and it's because it's so long.
Yeah.
You just can't line up and go. You have to schedule, and so there's 2 times a day to schedule. You schedule at 7 a.m. in the morning before the park opens on the app. The app saves you, And if you can't get at that one, there's one at 1 o'clock, which I hear is a lot easier to get into. And so they try to accommodate everyone, but you have to be proactive. And then it says you a time, and then the app just warns you when the time comes, and you have an hour or 30 minutes, whatever, to get there to ride it. We lucked out because you can bring one person just needs a reservation. They can bring a party. And so we had 2 or 3 people in our group, and so our party was like 21 people, and we got to ride it that way.
Okay.
And so it works out, but you have to have to work for it. But it's I can't wait to go back. I had so much fun. Like, Smuggler's Run driving the Falcon's great. Rise of Resistance is magical, seriously. And then there, mild spoiler. I'll just say this: one of the things that makes, and the only reason I'm spoiling is because I'm talking about another ride, but there's another ride called. It's like Mickey's Great Train Escape or something like that, and it's in the Chinese theater. Ride it; it's fun as hell.
Yeah.
And what makes it fun is that it's magic. I don't know how it works. Like there's no track, and it just zooms. It just zooms around. It's like an RC car or something like that, but it's very intricate. Rise of the Resistance is the same way. There's no track. It's just runs on the force, and Disney Magic makes this work. And like I've never been on a trackless ride before, as far as I know.
Yeah.
And especially this intricate, like go and ride it, and then seriously, when you come back, you'll be like, oh hell yeah! I mean, like I'm excited to go back to do those 2 things.
That special Imagineer magic.
Oh, man, those guys are super smart. I mean, they got it, man. They got it down pat. So plan you a trip. We all need to I'm really excited for the hotel.
Yeah.
That's also what I'm waiting on.
Man, they got my money. They have my money so hard.
When is that supposed to be? 23 probably at this point.
No, it's being built. It's construction going pretty fast, but I think it's probably not until next year. Because they're already showing like sample menus of stuff, and how immersive it is. It's like you're on a starship, and then you take excursions to the park. Yeah. And your entrance in the park is Batu, and then you can.
Yeah. And that's also where you're supposed to be able to get the new lightsaber.
Right.
Yeah.
The
real lightsaber, the one that.
Yeah.
It looks like a piece of tape going up and down.
But I'm like, how does it work?
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be hittable, so they have my money. So much of my money. Disney has my money.
And I finally. All this money, and I finally got my Ultra Saber after 7 months away.
Right, you just got your episode, which you didn't bring, but next time.
I didn't bring it.
Next time.
Next time. But it is a really.
Or you can shoot us some footage and we can edit it.
I mean, I got the little 8-second video, but it is a very good replica of Luke's green one.
Right.
And
that's my favorite handle.
Me too. The only thing it doesn't have is that block that's on the side.
Right.
It doesn't have that, which is fine.
Which is fine, kind of chunky.
I always wondered how that fit in his hand.
Right.
Right. Like, how do you hold that comfortably? But it's.
I understand the magic of the Skywalker saber, but I like the Luke saber more.
Right. I understand Anakin's saber,
right.
Rey's saber, Luke's saber.
Yeah, I'm just calling it the Skywalker saber.
Because she's like, I'm a Skywalker now. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're all Skywalkers now.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about them.
Hold on. I'm doing my. Pause. Oh, you jerk video.
We can send it.
Yeah, we can add it.
No, we can edit it.
No, I'm just trying to pause it at the right spot, and it's not letting me pause.
Because it doesn't like you.
It doesn't.
Speaking of difficult grips on lightsabers, the Revan lightsaber is terrible.
Oh yeah, you got that dude. Okay.
Yeah, I got the Revan one.
So next podcast, everyone bring their sabers in.
Right. So there, y'all can't see it, but you can see other than the brick.
Right.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, Ultra Saber does a Kanan saber called the Spectre saber.
Right.
And
that's why when you said it earlier, I was like, just get Ultra Saber.
I know. I just wanted to know.
And since I have it right here, though, what we were talking about, if I can find who I can send it to, but there's Luke's, and it just doesn't have that block.
Oh yeah, they got rid of the battery pack.
Yeah, whatever that is.
I think it's a battery pack.
And it's probably a little bit longer than that, but I love it. I'm gonna get that.
Yeah, I had the Forces FX one for the longest time, and then I ended up selling it at a toy show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a dark saber coming into this. I have a dark saber coming in. I have to decide if I'm going to keep the Darksaber or sell it at the toy shop.
I just want to watch you fight the UPS guy for it.
Depending on the deal you get, I might be willing to buy it off of you.
Okay.
I'm just gotta win it by combat. You can't just take it.
Now this is that's the elite for the
Force
FX.
Yeah, Force FX one.
Yeah. I know they're doing a new Ahsoka one as well.
Yeah. Which they should do two because.
Yeah.
Why do you do a short saber, a shadow saber?
Right.
Because that's what cosplayers want anyway. So
Yeah.
it's like, give us the other one, and make sure it's white.
Yeah.
I don't know if this one's white or blue. Because the season 7 is they're blue, right?
Yes, season 7's blue
Yeah,
because it's the
reverse
Anakin.
thing.
It's the Anakin gifted ones, which is like the most selfish gift Anakin could give. He's like, I want you to remember me, so I'm gonna give you lightsabers that are my color.
Right.
She probably thought it was thoughtful.
No, yeah. In the moment, it's thoughtful, but when you start to look back, you're like, Anakin.
So, before we go, let's talk a little Bad
Yeah.
Batch. I want to talk a little bit about the first episode. Aftermath is what it's called. And
Love that it's an hour-long episode.
it is an hour-long episode.
Mm-hmm.
I love it because, like, we had seen Clone Force 99 in Season 7, and I'll be honest, I wasn't feeling it. But it's not their fault. Season 7 for me was like, I just want to get to the Ahsoka Mandalore thing.
Right. I remember.
And like I was like, this is fine. And I honestly, if I didn't know the Ahsoka Mandalore thing was coming, I would have been like, this is great.
Yeah.
But I knew it was coming, so I'm like, I don't care. And then like Ahsoka and her girlfriends, which are fine, I don't care. I need Ahsoka Mandalore, and then I got it magical. But I almost went to Heath Ledger there for that one.
Did.
I did. Wow. Crazy. Anyway, so I need to go back and watch it, so I can be a little bit more objective since I got my Ahsoka fix.
I think the biggest issue I have with the season 7 arc for them is their characters aren't that great at first.
No. They're.
I think they get really, like, Wrecker is, a lot of people didn't like Wrecker initially, but now they love Wrecker.
Wrecker's kind of I think Wrecker's my favorite.
So it was funny, last weekend, okay, me and Gray, one of the twins, that's like our thing, we'll sit down and watch Bad Batch, because he loves it. And we were like 7 episodes behind. So we sat down and just binged last Sunday, right, and caught back up. And he was like, man, I don't want to wait. And I was like, did you watch season 7 of Clone Wars? And he was like, no. I was like, then you got more Bad Batch to watch, right? So he was like, what? So I showed up, we watched the first episode, and I did notice, like, honestly, Wrecker's way over the top. I mean, he's still over the top at times in Bad Batch, but in that, he was just like nothing but boisterous. And it's like, calm down. Hunter's extra Hunter, right?
He's very Rambo.
Yeah.
In the first
He's
season.
almost shady.
I think the
sly.
only one who hasn't changed is Crosshair.
No, I dug Crosshair in season 7. Like, he's still got that edge, but he's still a good guy, and and he's got that sort of, she should have listened type, like in that sort of attitude. And now he's just like, good soldiers, well, shut up. Sorry.
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how I could just transitions. Transitions. So, so this happens. I mean, almost immediately into Ahsoka's arc. So it's like, or her final arc, the season arc.
People have made a 6-hour cut of Revenge of the Sith now using Clone Wars and Bad Batch.
You just put them all both together, and so we start on a planet, and you get Dipa Belova and her Padawan Khaldun, who is Kanan in Rebels, and I squealed like a little girl when I saw it. I just like, I will say that sentence again later on in the season.
Oh God,
Yeah.
I squealed. I paused. I danced. Oh, anyway. We'll talk about that when we get to her. But seeing little Padawan Kanan, and voiced by Freddie Prinze Jr. Awkwardly.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like Greg Brady when he's trying to, like, going through puberty.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? You know, so it's...
That was just Caleb's puberty.
Sure, I guess.
I mean, it was what? 12, 13?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
He's younger than Ahsoka. Like, I think like a couple years younger than Ahsoka because he barely got Deppa as his master.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a few years younger than Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. But when we get to see Order 66 from that perspective, and we see, you know, the clones are like, what is this Order 66? And the defective clones are like, I don't know what it is. The other clones are like, we must kill the Jedi.
Right.
And they execute Deva Baleva, and Caleb, he goes on the run, and he doesn't trust anybody suddenly. When the clones are all trying to help him, he's like, no!
He's like, I was friends with you guys, but now I'm not.
It's like, wait a minute, can we talk this through? No. And I get it, because you just killed my master, I got to run.
Yeah.
I have a whole show to do.
Yeah. I can't be on my show if I'm on your show.
Right.
So let me go have off-screen character development
Yeah.
so that I can meet somebody else that you're going to see later. Don't worry about that, but I got things to do.
And so,
So I'm gonna jump.
So yeah, Hunter and Crosshairs goes chasing him, and Hunter Caleb knocks him out with the Force, because that's Caleb's, you know, Kanan's thing in the Rebel. He throws more guys in Rebels than like anybody. It's just like it's the thing to do. I'm just gonna throw a bunch of stormtroopers and end up solid objects.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Hunter and Caleb are at a cliff, and Hunter's just trying to talk to him. He's like, hey, let's figure this out. And Caleb Margo jumps from like one. He super leaps, right?
Yeah.
And then he runs off, and Crosshairs wakes up and is like, did you kill the kid? He's like, yeah, I shot him when he was like jumping. And Crosshairs is like, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you didn't look down. And he's like, maybe I don't like to watch. And I got thinking about that, like, yeah, it's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
I just slaughtered a kid. I'm just make sure he goes down. Oh
Man, yeah, no, I'm not even going to finish that sentence.
Then they go to Camino, and they haven't been in forever, apparently.
Yeah.
And they make this note about like how long it's been, and then they talk about galactic time zones. So even Star Wars understands their timeline's screwed up, and like we don't know how time works. We just here's some numbers,
right?
And here's some numbers to adjust those numbers, but they don't mean anything.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love that stuff. The Empire's showing up at the Kaminoans. Tarkin wants to observe the clones, because apparently clones are very expensive.
Also, Tarkin just doesn't like clones.
Tarkin doesn't like clones.
I mean, we learned that in Clone Wars.
He doesn't like clones. And then we meet a little girl clone.
Mm-hmm.
Or a little girl. She's a clone. Spoiler for episode 4, 3 or 4. It's really quick when they let her know.
I mean,
but honestly, when the first time I saw her, I was like, "Oh, that's a clone."
Yeah, it was not a secret.
No,
her name is.
It was the worst kept secret.
Yeah,
it's up there with Cumberbatch not being Khan in Star Trek.
Right.
He's not Khan. He's no. What's your name, Khan? Yeah.
You okay? Yeah. Lasted 12 seconds.
12 seconds. Her name is
Omega.
Or if you are like we like to say, Omega. Because that's how she said it.
That's right.
And as someone who has a name that's typically a nickname, Scotty's a nickname.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And it's my birth name. It's on my birth certificate. I'm called Scott a lot, which drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Because respect the Y.
Yes, but for different reasons. Wait, what?
Well, that just derailed my train of thought. So Amiga, I'm all up for calling her Amiga.
Yep.
No one else will.
Her name is Omega.
I mean, literally everybody I talk to on the internet says Omega.
Good.
Or you mean, did they spell it?
Oh well, I talk to them vocally as well. Too.
Oh, look at you! Go to hell, fancy.
Right.
In my day, we just typed everything we wanted.
We just assumed they said Omega.
Right.
Benefit of Discord is voice chat.
It's like it's OMEEG.
Double E, yeah.
Double E. Omega.
Omega.
No, you know.
Someone pointed out is like if all the clones should be from the same place, shouldn't they all say Amiga? And I'm like,
yeah.
Well, if they're from New Zealand by way of South Africa, sure.
Yeah, because
that's her accent.
She has a very odd accent.
And I know what they're doing because was it Tamora Morrison?
Yeah, they're trying to.
It's from New Zealand,
yeah.
And so they got a New Zealand actress and which 100% agree with. But she sounds more South African than New Zealand, so she's like New Zealand by way of.
She's gonna like wear a necklace, and
right?
Do it's Omega.
So Omega, I love it. I love Omega.
But it adds a little bit of personality. Like
Absolutely.
I think so, absolutely.
It's a great. I like the character. I mean, she's fun.
Yeah.
Right. So and so there's it's an hour-long episode, but there's not like a lot of plot happening to it. It's just like there's a test, and Tarkin ups the test, and it's like, we're using fake guns, fake weapons, and like, no, we're going to use real weapons. By the way, why is that even a setting?
Right? I don't know.
Like all science fiction does this.
Because they're like, oh yeah, we never use that. Then why do you have it?
Why do you have it? Why is that a thing?
Yeah. Because they
you could kill a clone. Why would you want to do that?
Because they're not an empire; they're an evil empire. I mean, it's
You know what though? I could see that bounty hunter guy from the Domino Squad arc using that though, using that setting. The one that was training Domino Squad in Clone Wars.
Right.
I don't remember that.
It's a while
It
back.
was
But
where 99 was introduced.
But I also hadn't watched all of it. Oh wait, in season 7?
No. It's
Okay.
an older season.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, because you said Squad 99.
99
Okay.
himself.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, because I haven't watched like the middle
Yeah.
seasons of Clone Wars still.
But
Yeah.
Omega apparently is a special clone.
Because what's her name keeps kind of hinting at it.
Yeah, it's not Lama Su, it's Nala Se.
Not to say. Yeah.
I love the Kaminoans. I love them. They're an interesting looking race, and I like the way they talk. They're just just kind of hippies.
They're chill.
You also never know what they're up to.
Right. We're so evil. We're just cool. Whatever you need. I'm like, really? That sounds not sinister.
Right?
So so Nala Se is because Omega is her medical assistant, and Omega, by the way, is like 10.
Like they usually, that's how you start in Star Wars.
Right.
Yeah.
You're a 10-year-old medical assistant, just like Anakin was when on Tatooine.
Right. He was just a robot medical
Right.
assistant.
I mean, but she does have a robot to help her.
Yeah, she does. Gonki, and she has the. Well, no, she doesn't. She's Gonki's.
No. I'm talking about the Kaminoan one.
Oh.
Oh,
I was like, who's Omega now?
Oh, the one that's got the super long number.
Yeah, the one that. Yeah.
Which I have from here actually. I have it in my notes. I randomly had this in my note. No, I only don't have all of it. I only have part of it. HD34521, but it's much more.
Easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
But it's got like, he goes on like he's trying to do pi.
Yeah.
With his name. And then I'm like, why would anyone make that a number for a droid? Don't they cap it off? No, apparently they don't. It's just like...
Because the Kaminoans love science.
They do. Kaminoans.
That was my biggest take out of the episode so far is it's not Kaminoans. It's Kaminoans.
Kaminoans, yeah.
Like, that was like, huh. Star Wars is weird language.
But I like that. I've always liked, I'm not a big fan of episode 2, but they're like one of the best designed aliens.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Yeah, we recently discussed that when we were discussing the dislike and like of episode 2, and you were like, oh yeah, I like that.
I love the Kamino. I like everything about Kamino. I like the fact it's a water planet that always rains. I like Obi-Wan fighting Jango Fett.
Right.
I like when they just give up on weapons and start fist fighting on it.
After a while, you just got to do something. So much about this, but I forgot. I'm now just dreaming about Kaminoa. So,
but yeah, we were talking about Easy and Omega.
Omega, and so. But she's a special clone. We find out later in the season what we'll talk about when we cover that one. But she's a special clone. But like, aren't they all?
No.
Well, at least
The ones in the show, sure.
are.
But no. That's their whole point, is they're not special.
They've got personalities.
No.
So the thing that surprised me most about the show is the relationship is like no one likes them. No one likes Clone Force 99.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why does it even matter? But the reg clones hate them. There's a food fight. Omega starts one, but
Like, it is bad.
For the same reason they have a kill setting on the train. Evil Empire.
it's just we all have the same haircut. You don't. We hate you.
You You've been alive the last few years,
Right,
right? That's
right.
absolutely valid.
That's true. I got you. It's a weird thing to be racist over.
But-
we're all the same race. Yeah, but your haircut sucks.
But it's not wrong that even if everybody looks the same, some group will find another way to hate some group.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just stupidity, but
Right.
it's human.
If anything, the clones should hate the Kaminoans.
Right?
There are probably a couple of them in there. We don't like you guys.
Your necks are so long, breakable.
And you got tiny little like pin drop heads.
And what's with this walk?
I love their walk. I love it. I love the arm thing. It's like
Are we going to Hawaii?
it's just like
Are we gonna do a luau?
because they're so smooth. It's just like
Yeah.
oh yeah, we're making clones.
They're all supposed to be on the dashboard of a spaceship,
Ship.
just doing the.
They're just from the 60s.
Man.
Camino Space Hawaii, but it's always raining. It's like when you get the worst vacation time for Space Hawaii.
Right.
Like I don't want to go to Space Hawaii. It always rains.
And then you get there, aloha.
I guess we're here now.
Yeah.
You wake up the next day and they've taken some of your DNA.
Yeah, you wake up and there's 4 more of you. Wait, what? We gotta have we're gonna have a festival. We need more people. Come on.
So is it like multiplicity? About 5 or 6 down, you get a guy who's all messed up.
I like pizza. Come on, Doug.
See, we never got Doug. I know that. What was the one that was all messed up? They made the janitor.
Oh, that was 99.
Was that 99? They made
Yeah.
him so there was one that was all screwed up. They made the janitor
Oh, okay.
And that's who the rest of. That's why they're called Clone Force 99.
Oh, okay.
because they, in honor of he had a hunchback. He was all
Yeah.
they like.
Because some of the regs like 99, the rest were me.
Yeah.
Basically, the Heavy and Echo and all them like 99.
Right.
But
The ones that we know by names.
yeah, have you been on a show? Yes, you like 99. But there's never been the Doug of them.
Well, yeah. I mean, because that's what Caminos. If they're cloners, they know. If you make a copy of a copy of a copy,
I
you
mean,
get a
yeah.
dim copy.
I mean, that goes into things that we'll talk later.
Yeah.
We will talk with it again in 2 or 3 episodes.
We call that tease.
It's a really poor tease. If you've not seen it,
I'm a good tease, thank you. Trailed.
that's true. Things happen, and of course, everyone has to leave and escape, except Crosshairs, who's like
Yeah, because they like barely passed Tarkin's test.
did barely pass Tarkin's test, and but I don't think anybody like. And he passes. Didn't he pass it off to the Admiral guy? He's like, "You take over for this
Yeah.
because they've only paid me for 1 episode, and I'm I'm leaving after this."
I'm gonna.
If they don't have backpack money, they don't have Target money.
Yeah,
Right.
I actually learned an interesting thing about the voice actor. He's like, well, I'm done with Bad Batch now. It's time to be on Monsters Inc. because it's the same voice actor as 2 of the monsters on Monsters Inc.
Oh, Steve Stanton.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve Stanton. He was also Obi-Wan in the Maul episode of Rebels.
Nice.
He did.
He does a good old Obi-Wan.
Yeah, which made James Arnold Taylor, who does young Obi-Wan in Clone Wars, very upset.
Yeah.
There's a whole thing he's talking because he does a
Yeah.
decent old Alec Guinness, but it's not Steve Stanton's
Right.
old. I mean, because Steve Stanton opened his mouth, and I was like, when Obi-Wan opened his mouth, I thought it was Alec Guinness for
Right.
a second. There's a whole Ezra. Like he's never said those words. Did this computer that? I don't, are we doing that now? Can we do?
Are we doing that thing?
Can
they
Siri
did?
be my Alec
I mean,
Guinness now?
They did that in episode 7 where they just mix and match things.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and in the World Between Worlds and Rebels, they
Yeah.
do that too. So they make what they need to make.
Mm-hmm.
So, so and Amiga keeps hanging out with Clone Force 99 because she's also different.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm weird, and then and they eventually like, I'll just come along, kid. And so,
Basically.
Yeah, because they failed another test that Tarkin sends them on.
right. Oh yeah, they gotta go kill.
Yeah.
They gotta go catch Saul Guerrero and his
Yeah.
group.
Yep.
They gotta go see cameo number 2.
Right, camera 2, which is not Forrest Whitaker. It's the original.
Yeah.
It's the original guy for it.
Which I was kind of glad.
I was too. It was good to see a young, not robotic Saul Guerrero,
Right.
who just stands there and waits for some death. Ugh, it's a waste of
No,
character.
he's ready to fight some
Yeah.
people.
He's ready to fight. And then,
But they get spotted by Probe Droid.
which is good to see a good probe droid. Good to see a probe droid. But it looked like a probe droid. You figured it'd be like a prototype because the one in
Yeah.
Rebels that looked isn't quite Hoth one. This one straight up looks like a Hoth Broadway.
And the couple
guess-
times we see him.
Yeah.
So,
I guess the Empire figured, it didn't work out because the clones killed it, so we'll go back.
and Crosshairs is all mad. He's all like,
Good soldiers follow orders.
It's not bad, actually. If D. Bradley Baker ever retires, you can do at least one of them. Can you do the rest of them? Because he does them all.
No, I know.
It's amazing. Have you watched the video of him doing them all at one time?
Mm-mm.
Because he just reads the scripts and just goes back in and out of the voices, which is crazy. I know a lot of people do, but it's crazy to me.
And copying it though is so much harder than the voices that he knows he's going to do. Right? Like, I mean, I could do it with 4 different voices of my own, but doing it
Because
that was like the first time I tried to do Crosshairs, and I'm very pleased with the way it came out. But like,
Crosshairs, though.
hey kid, like doing heavier record, like let's go get some Chex Mix. I don't remember what it's called. Bantel Mix. Whatever.
You do remember what it's called.
the Galaxy's Edge cameo.
Is it just caramel corn?
Yeah, so it's,
Basically.
there's caramel corns. Yeah.
But yeah, because they're basically all kind of similar, but with different.
I mean, because they're clones.
Yeah, which is smart.
Which is fun. If
And
he's doing
honestly,
all
you can still tell which ones are which. Like, if you close your eyes and listen to them do the different ones, you can tell who's supposed to be who.
Right, but
which
like
is what
Tech,
makes it talented.
Tech sounds nothing like the rest of them, to me.
Yeah.
Tech is the one that's really far off, in my opinion.
Hunter. Oh, and Wrecker. I think Hunter, Wrecker, and Tech are like distinct. Wrecker's too jolly to be a clone, and so the joy's in that voice. He's just happy to blow stuff up, and
my favorite moment in the first episode.
When he's there before the food fight, they're arguing.
Yeah.
Like, I am not. No one controls me. I like blowing stuff up because I like blowing stuff up. It's like, God love you, Wrecker. And Hunter is Rambo. As a clone. Voice, long hair, and bandana. So
always looks like he's got like half the makeup.
Yeah, I mean it's a skull half too, which is then reflected on his helmet. Too,
right.
Like it's really a cool. Stop it, microphone. I can't talk with my hands if you're in my way. What the heck? Where's my purple one? Look.
Sorry.
The yellow one and I have had issues.
The yellow one.
Anyway, speaking of yellow, we'll get to that in a minute. Forgot what I was saying.
So what about yellow?
Have you seen the teasers for Mandalorian season 13?
Oh yeah.
With
that poster
with Grogu making his saber.
Oh, I haven't. Yeah.
And it's
Yeller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I did that for our actual video viewing audience.
That Luke in the picture looks.
I
so
wasn't
weird.
even paying attention to Luke. I was like, more Grogu with a saber.
Yeah.
Did you see that Lucasfilm hired the guy who did the deep fake on the Mark Hamill for the last episode of Mandalorian? Yeah, because the Mark Hamill the Luke in that doesn't look great.
Yeah, he looks like they ripped him out of Battlefront 2.
Right, and so this guy deep faked it and made it look a lot better, and then Lucasfilm just hired him recently, like in the last week.
Nice.
Which is smart. That's the best thing. It's like because he's done some other deep fakes, and I don't know why they didn't know how to do it beforehand. I really don't.
Which is weird because
they're the guys
done it well before. Like, I thought Tarkin was not that bad.
No, I think Tarkin's great.
Leia was
terrible.
Leia had no soul in her eyes.
Yeah, she has dead eyes.
Yeah, Leia was the bad one.
And just man.
But
that poor Norwegian actress.
Yeah.
Who's doing tours? She's tour. Yeah, she can get her autograph. It's like, get a dead eye Leia.
Please sign it that way. Please sign this dead eye Leia. It's like a fishing lure. I'm going to use a dead eye Leia. She's an actress, but she's not like Guy Henry, who did Tarkin in Rogue One, is a renowned actor. A renowned British actor. He's been in lots of things. I loved it. He's Cassius in Rome. And it's great.
I think the deep fake of Tarkin though also that they had all because they talk about it. They had all these masks, like facial stuff that they could have just pulled from archives.
Right.
Yeah. And where they didn't have that for Carrie.
Right. So I'm happy that guy got hired. Now I hope they go back and fix.
If they went back and changed the end of WandaVision, they can go back and fix that.
Right. Well, they did. They went and they do this, like Disney will do this from time to time. Like
they'll silently change
Yeah.
things in the digital copies of stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like the last 5 minutes of WandaVision has changed since it aired.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
The area around her little cabin
Right.
is all different now.
Oh.
And there's different music. Like it has changed,
Oh, so
and they've admitted it.
Oh,
Oh.
so the end tag is different.
Yeah, like all leading up.
Oh, cool.
And I think it's more. I don't know if it because it came out before Loki,
Right.
and I don't know if it has to do with Loki or what. But
The one I knows more is they quietly took Sam Witwer out of the season 2 of Rebels opener and replaced him with Ian McDermott. They had when they had Ian McDermott come record lines for the series finale of Rebels. They also had him go back and do the lines that he wasn't there for, and they quietly just replaced Witwer. Which I get totally 100%.
Yeah.
Continuity is great.
I think those kind of changes are fine.
Yeah, but I like how they just make them. They don't tell them. They don't. Hey, we're doing this. You just like when you watch the next time, you're like, this is different.
But I also have my Blu-rays, so those won't change.
Yeah, the Blu-rays won't change. And I like, and they're on YouTube if you really want.
Yeah.
And I like Sam Witwer's Emperor, and the thing I liked most about it was the choices in acting that he did that Ian McDermott did. So
My least favorite emperor is Tim Curry.
Yeah, and I do like Tim Curry.
Oh,
it's just
later on, whenever you get further in Clone Wars, so the current voice actor, he passes away in real life. So it was in season 5.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, it's like in the midpoint of season 5 during Maul's arc in season 5, they change it. Like at the very end of the episode, they switch actors. Like,
oh wow!
So most of the episode is the original actor, and then the last line is Tim Curry, and you can tell it's Tim Curry.
Yeah, because it's Tim Curry.
And then season 6, the rest of season 5 is Tim Curry, and then season 6 they switched him, or is it? Also?
Yeah, he switched because the Tim Curry's not the one he does the Maul fight with.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At the beginning of at that beginning moment of season 5, it's the original actor.
Right.
And then after the Maul fight,
Oh, okay.
they because he has a line at the end. That's Tim Curry.
Okay.
And then the rest of the season's Tim Curry.
I love that Maul fight. Damn, Maul Palpatine.
It's a good fight. I've seen the fight.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the episode,
It's
but
like
I've seen
my
the
favorite
fight.
fight in Clone Wars.
I like the Vizsla Maul fight.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I have to go back.
I kind of want Jon Favreau to do I want a Vizsla show.
Listen, speaking of Clone Wars, I'm so proud.
Of the show.
No, because I haven't watched it all.
Yeah.
Right.
But I walked into the house the other night, and Danny, my wife, is on like episode 5. She's like, "Yeah, I just needed something to watch, and this is really good." I'm like, "And that's the crap season."
Yeah, season 1 is.
Yeah, like Rebels.
See,
like it
Yeah,
takes some time to get going.
It's the season 1 blues.
Hey, season 1 is a lot better than the movie.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, well, I also don't watch the movie as a movie anymore.
I just don't want to be
No. When I say that, I mean I watch the movie, but I watch it like it's I watch it like it's a mini season.
Right.
Because if you look at it as 4 separate episodes
Right.
that happen to just have a connective arc.
I just want to strangle Ahsoka the moment she's on screen.
That's actually why my wife went and watched the movie, because she still didn't quite understand where Ahsoka came from.
Right.
Okay.
So she's like, "Well, I just don't. Where is she here? There's a movie." I was like, "We don't talk about the movie."
I don't think she's. Because I've watched it recently, I don't think she's that.
Right,
bad.
but why is she called Sips? We don't talk about the movie.
All right, Sky Guy, smack. No, Padawan, that will not happen.
Yeah.
It's like this.
Yeah.
See, if Qui-Gon was his master, that's what he would have done. He just no.
Although I feel like Qui-Gon might have called him Sky Guy just to mess with Anakin.
Probably Sky Guy. Just never said Sky Guy. Like Ahsoka grows on you, and I love Ahsoka, but like we wouldn't have been friends when we were 13.
I think she's actually like 12 in that episode.
Probably. She's supposed to be a youngling. Like she's
just getting out of the youngling stage.
They're like we've run out of Padawans.
Right.
That is something that a lot of Legends content went over, was like the amount of Jedi that they just churned through during the Clone Wars. I mean,
Because they keep dying,
Yeah.
like Anakin is rushed, like in the original Clone Wars, the micro series. He is rushed to knighthood
Yeah.
because they're just like, we need more Jedi Knights, and they're like, well, what about Anakin? You know, he's the chosen one, but has he gone through a trial? Well, we could argue some of the stuff he's done is a trial.
He didn't blow up a droid ship.
He also fought Ventress by that point,
Right.
and survived.
So there's all that.
And at that time, we thought Ventress was dead.
I want to see what happened to Ventress. I'm all into Ventress. I like Ventress.
Read Dark Disciple.
It's
Or listen to it.
Yeah, reading hard.
Listen to Dark Disciple.
Reading hard.
Just, yeah. And you get more Quinlan Voss.
No, cool. I like going on Voss.
There you go.
On that note, let's
Yeah.
wrap this up.
Yeah.
Because we can talk next week.
Yeah.
Sure.
About Star Wars. And, we'll talk a little bit about Bad Batch 2 or Episode 2. And then we'll go from there. Maybe there's some new Star Wars news. Who knows? It's all Marvel right now. Disney's all about Marvel. So
Yeah.
it's Marvel, Shang-Chi, and whatnot.
When?
What if?
What if is next?
When's
You said what not.
Right.
when's
Sorry.
Visions? That's September.
I think Visions in September. Yeah, we'll do a
Yeah.
dive on
Star Wars
Visions.
version of What If.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was a
All
great
done.
comic series.
Yeah.
Leia becoming an evil Sith and
Yeah.
IG-88's brain put in the Death Star. It was all great.
I liked. I like when they the Jedi one where the 3PO's wired to a bomb, if I think of what it is, and then they blow up the palace with him,
Yeah.
and his last lines are "Oh dear," and it's either Empire or Jedi, but they damaged the it's Jedi. They damaged Han's carbonite,
Oh, yeah.
and so he's blind for the rest of the
Yeah.
story. And then at the end, Vader shows up in white armor because he's changed, and I'm like, it's
Yeah.
Because he's good now.
yeah. So that was weird.
Yeah.
You figured they could fix that, or but no, we'll just paint his armor white. It'd be good. Because a white Vader is still intimidating.
Right? And that doesn't mean anything. Stormtroopers are
Yeah, I was
white.
about to say, the Stormtrooper armor proves that.
Right.
And it just looks like an extra strong snowtrooper.
Right.
With, come on, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is Scotty saying this is our contribution to the multiverse. Go out and make yours, and may the force be with you.
I knew you were going to say that.
This is the way.
Thank you for listening to the Mobcast Network.